USAA knows dynamic duos can save the day, like superheroes and sidekicks or auto and home insurance. With USAA, you can bundle your auto and home and save up to 10%. Learn more and get a quote at usaa.com/bundle. Restrictions apply.
Whatever the occasion, effortless elegance is right this way. Because Hilton brings you new ways to stay courtesy of the Nomad London. And it doesn't stop at award-winning dining in a space draped in velvet and illuminated by vintage chandeliers. No, this day goes beyond with unparalleled personalized service and attentive hospitality. Oh, and did we mention the Nomad London can be booked using your Hilton Honors points at Hilton.com? Hilton, for this day.
Alright, what's up guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. In today's episode, I wanted to add my opinion on Jey Uso losing the title. Now, here's the thing. I understand that it's scripted. I understand that they're just telling a story. But at the same time, why put the title on Jey Uso if you know you're going to take it away from him a few months later on a random episode of Monday Night Raw? Now, here's the thing. I appreciate the art of wrestling. I appreciate the art of the storytelling in wrestling. But at times, it really makes no sense. Because you will see guys like Roman Reigns. He keeps the title for a long period of time. I mean, Cody Rhodes, he pretty much kept the title for a year. What else? Gunther, he kept the Intercontinental Championship for, what was it? It was either almost 2 years or over 2 years. I have to do the math. No, I think it was. No, it was almost. Wait, was it almost? I think it was almost 2 years. But anyways, no, it's like you will see these guys, they will have like these crazy runs with their with the championships. But Jey Uso, in my opinion, his run wasn't all that memorable. It's going to be one of those things where we look at it and it's like, hey, remember when Jey Uso won the title for a little bit? And then it's like you have it where people now are saying like, oh, yeah, he should have kept the title. But then it's going to be some point in time when they see all these other title runs where they're like, oh, yeah, it's a forgettable title run. And I don't mean that in any disrespectful way towards Jey Uso. I just wish that they would have done more with it. I'm saying like all these different wrestlers that you could have had him go up against. You could have had him have a rivalry with Austin Theory. You could have had him have a rivalry. I'm trying to think. Yeah, Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker. I'm trying to think of some other wrestlers. Sheamus. I'm saying and I don't know. Maybe it's a thing where they just don't work well with each other, but you always hear that it's like, oh, the locker room, WWE's locker room is like the best locker room you could be a part of. So when I hear things like that, I'm thinking along the lines, everybody is cool with everybody. If not that, then it's like, okay, fam, have it where they, well, not so much as like make them cool with everybody, but just have it where it's like you introduce them. Like, okay, this is who you're going to be having a rivalry with for the next however many weeks or something. I'm saying, like, even remember when John Cena, when I think it was the United States Championship, and he did that, like, that open challenge thing. Jey Uso could have did that. He could have did an open challenge. I'm saying you're having it where there's these guys from TNA. I'm saying like Joe Hendry. You could have had it where I'm trying to think of some other wrestlers. Matt Hardy. You know, where it could have been like a not like so much like a brother versus brother, but like, you know what I mean, like where it's like the Hardys and the Usos. They kind of have like a thing going on, but it's more so focused on Jay, and it could have been either Matt or Jeff. I'm trying to think of some other wrestlers. I'm saying you guys just did this well, no, I think they bought that AAA wrestling league and stuff. You could have had some wrestlers come from there. I'm saying like Jay, he should have been able to defend that championship more. You know, and again, it's no disrespect to Jay, but I'm like, rather than having it where it's like, oh, let's have all this yeet merchandise and I'm like, okay, have that, but at the same time, have it where he's a professional wrestler first. Because I'm saying, to me, and I don't know, maybe he wanted to lose the championship. If that's the case, then I'm like, okay, you know, I can respect that. But if not, and that's just on WWE's writing, and that's the thing where I wanted to talk on that, because there's this this rumor that I hear that Triple H, he pays attention a lot to social media. I'm hoping he's paying attention to it now, but it's like the damage has been done. It's too late. You can't go back on what you just had in a episode. I've never seen that before. I've never seen where they crown a wrestler, crown them as a champion, and then have it where they just take it away from them because the fans don't agree. And I know they ain't gonna do no stuff because Gunther, I don't think he was injured last night, so they can't say, oh, Gunther is injured and he can't. He's gonna have to relinquish the title. So that's what I'm just saying. It's like, fam, you could have dragged this out a little bit longer, like up until next year's WrestleMania or even SummerSlam, but you just have it where he loses it on a random Monday Night Raw episode. And it's like, fam, for championships like that, I'm not saying that it shouldn't be defended on like random episodes, but it shouldn't be lost either on random episodes. Because I'm saying, like, that's one of those things you guys sit down and think about. Like, I get that if you want Gunther to be the champion, isn't there not 2 other championships he could have went after? I'm saying he could have even went after the tag team championships, because I don't know if he's out on injury or not. He has to be, because I'm like, I haven't seen him in a while. But Ludwig Kaiser, I'm saying, like, have it where, yeah, it could have been a situation where Gunther, after losing at WrestleMania, he takes some time off. I mean, bro's been killing it ever since he got into WWE. But I'm saying, take some time off, wait for Ludwig Kaiser to come back, and then they could have went after the championships, the tag team championships, and then he at some point in time could have challenged Jey Uso, but it ends up losing. I'm not saying, the thing is this, I'm not trying to tell WWE writers on how to do their job, but at the same time, I'm like, fam, you guys could have dragged this out a little bit longer. I'm saying, like, to me, it just doesn't make any sense. It was hyped up, and it could, and that's what, and I know people will probably ask, like, well, what would I have done with Jey Uso if it was left up to me to write out his championship run? Like I said, he would have been doing open challenges, but I definitely would have been leading Jey, because they did kind of, like, talk on that and stuff, more so with the, whatchamacallit, like, being the tribal chief and things, that it changes, you and stuff. I would have had that, but had it where it was with the championship, where like Jey Uso, he was going from being a face to a heel. But I definitely would have painted out that whole, because they teased it, right? They teased it when Gunther had attacked Jimmy Uso, and was like, that was a crazy attacking and stuff. So that's why I'm like, I think how that should have been from that point forward is that we seen that Jey Uso that cut that promo on Gunther afterwards, like where he was dressed in all black and he was all serious and stuff. I definitely would have elevated the Crash Out Jey storyline, but I'm not gonna have it where he's just Crash Out Jey for a couple of weeks, wins the championship, then he's right back to the normal yeet Jey Uso and stuff. No, I'm like, we definitely would have let out Crash Out Jey Uso. Had it where it was like he became a completely different person, wins the championship. Let's say Jimmy Uso, yeah, he comes out, he's celebrating in it, but it's a build up. It ain't something where it's like, but he's like, but you see where like Jey, he's kind of like he's not all that like eager and excited about winning the championship. I mean, obviously you are, but he's like kind of just, he's still in that Crash Out Jey mindset, but then he kind of like snaps out of it, and then he starts like being all cool and stuff. But then anyways, then have it where afterwards, then that's when you line up all these different wrestlers where he could have had like a rivalry with them and stuff. Austin Theory, because and I'm saying, I feel like him and Austin Theory's rivalry, it definitely would have been a good thing, because I just remember that time when it was the OG bloodline, and then it was Jey who slapped him in the back of the head, and then Austin Theory had attacked him with the Money in the Bank briefcase. He never did. What did he cash that? Hold on for a second, because that just dawned to me that he had won that, but it was like, who did he cash it on? Hold on for a second. See, that's what I'm saying, man. WWE, they do some stuff where it's like, you guys gotta go about how y'all do writing Mr. Money in the Bank. Then there was like, okay, wait a minute. So there was like, as a part of drafted Raw brand, attacked, okay, Big E, blah, 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 Pat McAfee, Stone Cold Steve Austin, RK Bro. There's like Money in the Bank, Theory lost. Oh, wait a minute, he was added into and won. Then only the knockout on November episode, Theory cashing in money on Rollins for the United States Championship was unsuccessful. Bro, see, that's what I'm saying, man. I'm like, I just don't get where it's like you guys do things. I think I'm going to talk on Austin Theory at some point in time, because I'm like, he should be. I see that they're trying to build up to him being a face, but it's like, okay, it's time. Like do it now. Like, execute that plan of him being a face, because I just don't, I don't know. I feel like that the route that he's going down, it's like, fam, if we look up one, I feel like if it were to get announced today that Austin Theory was getting released, there's gonna be people out there that's gonna care, but then it's like he's gonna have to build his name up in like TNA Impact, or I don't know if it would be an option on the table. I feel like that there's like a ongoing beef. Like, there's some wrestlers where they're all like, hey, I gotta pay the bills, but then there's other wrestlers where they're all like, hey, I want to, like, keep it like, still in the same circle and stuff. I feel like AEW ain't really a Austin Theory thing, but then again, at the same time, it's like that's stuff that you got to sit down and think about. My thing is this: if I'm in control of WWE, I don't want my like former employers to be going over to the rivalry, to the competition and stuff. So that's why I'm like, fam, build their name up. Have it where they win some championships. Have it where they keep championships for a long period of time. I'm saying, like, Jey Uso, he's somebody that's going to stay with WWE probably forever. But at the same time, it's like, to make sure of it that he stays with WWE forever, you can't have it where he has the championship for 5 business days and then just drop it on a random episode of Monday Night Raw. I'm saying, like, you should have did that a lot better. Y'all should have did that a lot better, because I'm like, that's something where last night I'm thinking to myself, it just seems very weird. Like, when they had showed it, because I get emails from WWE letting me know, like, what matches is going to be happening and stuff. So when I seen that match, I'm like, they better not have it where Jay loses. I'm like, who knows? Maybe Seth might interfere. Or something, and then Seth's all like, no, I want to beat Jey Uso for the championship and things, and I'm like, okay, maybe Seth is gonna interfere, but I'm like, there's no way possible Jay is gonna lose the championship. Then they have it where, okay, the match is starting up, he's walking out with his son. I guess for those that didn't get a chance to see the episode, but also just kind of taking you guys through my mind at that time, but I'm like, okay, his son's walking out there with him, he's 100% not gonna lose the championship. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, I don't know if that's something that Jay and his son would have been comfortable doing, but they could have had it where his son is like, he interferes, not interferes with the match, but he's kind of like telling Gunther, hey, back up. Gunther pushes him down, and then Jay just crashes all the way out. I'm saying another Jey Uso moment where it could have been a crash out moment and things. But yeah, has it where Gunther puts his hand on Jey Uso's son. I'm thinking, okay, they're bringing him out for a reason. He's going to do something tonight. But pretty much they just had him doing what The Rock was doing when he was with that one viral video that always goes down where he was watching his dad in a tag team match or something like that. So they pretty much was just reliving that moment all over again. But I'm like, I don't even know, because that was far before my time. So I don't even know if The Rock's dad had won that match. I imagine he did, but anyways, but yeah, and then it was like he loses. The referee counts to 3. He counted him out because he passed out, and I'm like, really? Like, on a random episode of Monday Night Raw, Jey Uso loses the title. I'm like, fam, look, Triple H, if you highly doubt he's gonna be here in this podcast episode, but if he is, you have to understand that everybody that's speaking about wrestling on social media, they want wrestling to be in their sense. They don't care about everybody else. Now, my thing is this. The stuff that I'm talking on, like Jey Uso being a crash out Jey Uso, I wanted that for everybody. I'm not like, oh, this is just something that I want. This is something that I know that will hit because you guys have done it before and it worked out. Everybody liked it. Everybody was all for it. But it just seems like we gonna have it where he's, like he's the ultimate face, of all time, but he loses the championship. So it's like, really, I mean, like, what, it's one of those things where you gotta ask, like, what is going on behind the scenes of WWE? Because it's like, fam, the way that you guys are going about stuff, it's like, it just doesn't even make any sense to me. You know, you guys could have had it where Gunther, it's like, okay, he just goes on a run where he doesn't even have a championship, but he's out there having 5-star matches and stuff. And I was thinking that, where I'm like, okay, it would be really dope if, so, like, let's just say he just upset the whole Samoan tribe. Like, I'm saying, like, he got, like, people where it's like, okay, yeah, you know, he ends up losing to Jey Uso. And then Roman Reigns afterwards, it's like, you know, he comes back and he could have had a rivalry with Roman Reigns. To where it's like, we could have seen how that match could have went the distance. You know, where he's like, Roman's like, you put your hands on my family and you got to pay for that. You made him bleed. You got to pay for that type of stuff. So I'm saying you could have kept Gunther occupied. And then have it where it's like, yeah, he's just this all-time hated wrestler, where it's like, not like he's actually hated, but like the locker room, like, they got beef with Gunther for what he did to Jimmy Uso. It just seemed like that they did that just for that moment being, and then after that, they was like, okay, we're never going to talk on that again. I'm saying, like, it's just, man, you know, they could have did this a lot differently, but yeah, and you know, that's WWE for you. It's like, we gonna have some moments where it's like, I don't know why you guys did that, but okay. I'm like, do what you guys gotta do. But anyways, with that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. Stay tuned for the next episode. Like, subscribe, viewing this on YouTube. Follow, subscribe, viewing this on a podcast streaming service, and peace.